when we are born, and anybody born in a Western culture, 99% of us would fit into this model. We're born into a world where our parents aren't always fully connected themselves to their hearts. No, they're doing the best that they can. They're giving us incredible physical care, shelter, food. They send us to school. They develop our minds. But most parents aren't that emotionally developed themselves. They're not that heart. They don't have a great deal of heart intelligence. The capacity to know what it is in any given moment, what it is that we really want, and the courage to actually ask directly for that and to receive it. That's heart intelligence. To actually express vulnerably what it is that you want and need and to let it in. That our parents found difficult with each other, with you, and as a baby, when you are born and you feel into the disconnection. In other words, as children, we are not always tuned into. We're not always fully felt. Now, I don't want you to mistake what I'm saying as you weren't brought up by good parents. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they were brilliant in everything that they did, and at the same time, they weren't able to feel into your heart in the way in which was beneficial in order for you to be fully open. And therefore, as a child, you start to experience this disconnection to life, separation from other. And what happens is that feels bad. Now here's the thing. In the first 3 years of life, you cannot differentiate, that is discern or tell the difference, between a feeling and your identity. That is, you confuse the two. So if you feel something for long enough, a child will begin to identify with the feeling as that's who they are. So if you feel bad day after day after day, the child will actually begin to believe, I am bad. And so they confuse what they're feeling with who they are. Now that's really important to understand, because that means that most of us are born with this built-in belief that we're intrinsically, at the very, very core, if you peel away all of our layers, defective, unworthy, not deserving to receive. The pain of feeling unworthy is so profound for most children that they create strategies to avoid feeling that pain, and that's called Len's Law or the resistance programming or the self-sabotage. That is, we find vices in our life to distract ourselves from feeling how disconnected we really are. We disconnect from the disconnect. And that's how most people live their life, and that's what addiction is. It's also what codependency is. The need for a relationship that would cause you to settle for anything less than what you really want is that. Addiction, whether it's chemical addiction, emotional addiction, sexual addiction, they all are driven from